Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Before we begin, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. For many years, Mark Consuelos has been the personification of charisma, vitality, and natural self-assurance. From his star-making role on All My Children to his captivating performances in Riverdale and his work with his wife Kelly Ripa on Live with Kelly&Mark, Mark has forged a career based on his rapport with others. Audiences have grown to know him not just as an actor and host, but as a dedicated husband and father with a sharp wit and a welcoming smile. But in a moment that stunned his audience, Mark recently spoke about a profoundly private battle, a difficult medical condition he has been silently confronting for some time. It wasn't shared through a meticulously prepared statement or a polished social media post. Instead, it emerged during a candid discussion, one where his typical cheerful demeanor was replaced by hesitations, his gaze holding the burden of someone who had been enduring more than anyone knew. Mark confessed that for years he ignored the red flags. With his demanding schedule, dividing his time between acting, producing, live television, and family duties, he convinced himself that fatigue and discomfort were just part of the package. He shared, "I figured I could just power through anything. I'd get up early, head to the set, do the show, go to the gym, and just keep going. I didn't see a need to slow down, but in the end, your body eventually lets you know." Without providing graphic medical specifics, Mark disclosed that the condition he is managing is long-term and physically debilitating. It is not an issue that can be fixed overnight. Instead, it demands consistent attention, patience, and a readiness to embrace new boundaries. He recounted mornings when simply getting out of bed felt like a monumental task, and nights when discomfort robbed him of sleep. Regardless of how exhausted he was, if Mark's confession was powerful, Kelly's response was subtly memorable. According to witnesses, Kelly's eyes filled with tears almost instantly. She took his hand and held onto it for the remainder of the conversation. It was the natural reaction of a woman who has navigated life's greatest joys and deepest sorrows with her partner for nearly 30 years. Kelly, celebrated for her quick humor and infectious energy, made no attempt to offer empty reassurances. She simply held him. Her face showed a blend of pride, love, and the ache of watching someone you cherish struggle. In that instant, she was not the quick-witted television personality. She was a wife, fully present for the man she loves. Mark stated that this diagnosis will alter how he manages his career. While he has no plans to retire from the screen or acting entirely, he intends to be more discerning about his projects. This means more time at home with Kelly and their 3 children, more mornings with a gentle start, and more evenings together, free from the pressures of a grueling production schedule. Mark said, "This isn't an end to anything. It's simply a realignment. I want to concentrate on what's most important: my health, my family, and the things that create joy." Perhaps the most significant lesson from Mark's disclosure is one that applies to everyone. Even people who appear invincible have struggles hidden from view. His choice to tell his story wasn't about asking for pity. It was to inspire others to pay attention to their bodies, to look after themselves, and not to feel ashamed for taking a step back when necessary. And Kelly's steadfast support highlighted a truth that is equally important. Having someone by your side in challenging times can be incredibly meaningful. In the coming months, Mark will be concentrating on his treatment, changes to his routine, and cherishing the time he has with Kelly and their family. As he suggested, when you feel loved through the difficult times, you find you can handle anything. If you wish to follow Mark and Kelly's journey and watch how this next phase of their lives plays out, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications. Their story is a long way from being finished, and it is one filled with fortitude, affection, and the silent strength to persevere. Following Mark Consuelos' courageous on-air disclosure, the public response was both immediate and immense. The wave of support that washed over social media was a testament to the connection he had built with his audience over decades. Hashtags like #WeLoveYouMark trended for days, filled with personal stories from fans who had faced their own chronic health battles, thanking him for giving a voice to their silent struggles. Fellow actors, from his early days on soap operas to his more recent primetime co-stars, released statements praising his bravery and offering their unwavering support. It was clear that his vulnerability had struck a deep chord, humanizing the often glossy image of a television star, and reminding everyone that behind the camera-ready smile can lie a landscape of personal challenges. On Live with Kelly and Mark the following week, the atmosphere was subtly different. The usual high-energy opening was tempered with a quiet gratitude. Kelly, holding Mark's hand just as she had during his initial confession, addressed the audience directly. "We just want to say thank you," she began, her voice thick with emotion. "We have read your messages, your letters, your posts, and to know that so many of you have shared your own journeys with us has been the greatest gift. You've made us feel a little less alone." Mark, looking more relaxed than he had in weeks, added, "This is new territory for us, but your kindness is the best map we could ask for." It was a moment that solidified their promise of transparency, signaling that this next chapter would be a shared one. This new chapter has been defined by a fundamental shift in Mark's daily existence, moving away from the grind culture he once embraced. The man who saw a packed schedule as a badge of honor is now learning the art of intentional living. Sources close to the couple say his mornings no longer begin with a pre-dawn alarm for a punishing gym session. Instead, they start with gentle physical therapy exercises and mindfulness practices designed to manage his symptoms and conserve his energy. The focus has pivoted from high-intensity workouts to holistic well-being. Kelly has reportedly thrown herself into researching anti-inflammatory diets, transforming their kitchen into a hub of nutritional healing. Their shared meals, once a quick necessity between commitments, have become a cornerstone of his new wellness regimen, a quiet, collaborative act of love and support. This recalibration extends beyond his personal routine and into his professional life. True to his word, Mark has become more discerning about his commitments outside of Live. He is reportedly turning down guest roles that require extensive travel or physically demanding shoots. His team is now tasked with finding projects that align with his new limitations, prioritizing quality over quantity. This isn't a retreat from his passion, but a redefinition of it. He is learning that his value as a performer isn't measured by the number of projects on his slate, but by the energy and presence he can bring to the ones he chooses. This selective approach has had the welcome side effect of creating more space in his life. Space for rest, for recovery, and most importantly for his family. That family unit has proven to be his ultimate anchor. Their 3 children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, have rallied around their father with a fierce devotion. Though they are adults forging their own paths, they have made a concerted effort to be more present, with more frequent visits home and near constant communication. The family dynamic, always close, has deepened into a powerful support system. Kelly, in particular, has seamlessly integrated the role of primary caregiver and advocate into her already busy life. She manages his medical appointments, consults with specialists, and serves as the vigilant gatekeeper of his energy, ensuring he doesn't fall back into old habits of pushing himself too far. Observers have noted a new tenderness in their public interactions, a partnership that has been fortified by adversity. The laughter and wit that define their on-air chemistry are still there, but now they are interwoven with a profound sense of mutual reliance. Perhaps the most significant transformation in Mark is his burgeoning role as an advocate. By sharing his story, he inadvertently opened a door for a larger conversation about chronic illness, particularly among men who are often socialized to ignore pain and tough it out. He has begun using his platform to subtly challenge this narrative,